Hey, it's Brian Newman with the Spotlight of Business Owner Show, and today we're thrilled to have Jason Dragon. Hi, Jason. How are you?
Very good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, again, I'm thrilled to have you on here. Yeah, he's with a company called Emerald Computers. And before we get into the business, can you let people know how did you get started with the computer industry?
Well, I got started because I love helping small business owners. And when I went to college for I went to college for business management with an emphasis in marketing and finance. And when I got out of there, I wanted to do business consulting. And I quickly realized that the number one thing that most businesses needed, well, 25 years ago, was better technology, and they needed to understand how technology worked. So I created my very first computer company 25 years ago to help small business owners get better with their technology.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's been around. I mean, you've been around for quite a while.
Yeah, I opened my very first store in 1998. So we've been running,
Oh my
that was at
God.
43rd Avenue in Peoria, or 4494 West Peoria. Still got the
Oh, okay.
address memorized. And yeah, and we've been in business ever since. We've moved a few times. Each time we move, we almost double the square footage of our store. And now we actually have two stores. Our flagship location is 7,000 square feet. We have over $1 million of computer hardware, over 2,000 computers in stock at our store. And we got so big, we opened a second store in Sun City, right on 99th Avenue in Bell, 2,000 square feet. And there's about 200 computers or so in that store.
Wow. Wow. Oh, that's unbelievable. No, what? Well, so can you tell people what does Emerald Computers actually do?
So I like to do it. We do the three R's. We do recycling, we do repair, and we resell computers. So our first step is recycling. Every company out there pretty much has a closet somewhere, or every house has a closet somewhere with all the old computers, the generations of the old computers. Or companies, they have their old systems that they just upgraded, they need to get rid of. And you don't want to leave that stuff lying around. You don't want to give that stuff to a landfill. It has data on it that is your proprietary data, your personal data. You don't want that to get out in the field. So you want to basically pay attention to that. Have a company like us come, we collect all of that stuff. If it's newer, we actually even pay you for it. And we'll go through and wipe all your data. We'll make sure it doesn't go to a landfill. We'll make sure it gets a second life, being very green for the environment. Our motto in the recycling business is be green. And we save thousands of computers from the landfill every single year. Actually, about 10,000 computers a year we save from the landfill. And then we do the repair side of things. We take the best computers that we recycle everything. So we take the best computers that we recycle, and we repair them, and we give them a second life. If they're decently good, we'll sell them. If they're not good enough to sell, we donate them. We fix up hundreds of computers a year and donate them to charity. If they're the bottom 40 or so percent of computers, those don't really have a second life, and they get turned into scrap metal. And we make sure we have a downstream process where we can get the minerals and the metals out of it, so that we don't have to you don't have to go and mine new copper or new gold or new aluminum. We're able to get that out, and it's literally 1/10 the cost to get it out of a circuit board than it is to get it out of a mountain. So we're saving all that energy, all that effort. And then we take as I said before, we take the best computers and we resell them. In addition to reselling refurbished computers and recycled computers, we also buy liquidations from big companies. Like not the other day, but a little while ago, we went and bought 2,400 brand new in the box laptops, where we were
Wow.
able to make sure that they were all completely perfect. We did a quality check on every single one, and we have sold about 80% of them on Amazon, and we sold the other 20%. Well, we sold the other like 10% in our store. We still have about 10% left that we're looking at selling. You can actually go and click on our Amazon link and be able to see that. So as I said before, we have two brick and mortar locations. Between the two locations, I have a staff of about 7 people. and those people will let you also bring in your computers and we can repair them in our store. And for rare cases for businesses, we will actually go out to your business and do whatever you need. If you need your network redone, you need some printers set up, you're buying computers, you need everything set up, we can do that. And like that's what our passion is, helping small businesses out. Lately we've been doing a lot more end users, and especially with COVID, we were able, right before COVID happened, there was a mortgage company in the East Valley, and we were able to recycle 600 laptops from them. And we decided that these laptops, they were pretty good laptops. And we decided that we were just going to refurbish all these laptops and blow them out for anybody who had a student for $100. And during COVID, we went through 600 laptops in less than 3 months. Because we wanted to make sure we were safe for COVID. So we only let 2 people in our store at a time. We had 2 separate little areas where they could be, and we would have a line of people outside half the day. And people would come in and buy laptops. And I had people coming in with their friends and stuff. They would buy 15 laptops from us because they had other people they were buying them for. And so we had, during that COVID thing really, really helped us. We sold over 1,000 laptops in our store. We sold well over 1,000 laptops on Amazon, and about 1,500 desktops between the two during COVID. And one thing I'm proud of is we never shut down even for 1 day during COVID. We were open regular hours the entire time. Even when I had COVID, we were still open regular hours, but my employees did that. So
Oh, that's unbelievable. Where is your store, or where are your stores located?
so our main flagship store is actually in an industrial park, simply because we needed the warehouse space, we needed the square footage, and we also needed cheap rent because we don't want to be passing the costs on to you. It's 7642 West Vogel Avenue in Peoria, Arizona. So it's basically on the intersection of Mountain View and 76 Drive, catty corner from Santa Fe Elementary. It's pretty easy to find. And I tell people it's on 75th Avenue between Peoria and Olive. It's also, we back up almost to Grand Avenue, but you can't get here from Grand Avenue because they have a berm. Our other store, our satellite store, is at 99th Avenue in Bell, and our store generates enough computers that we can actually have 10 satellite stores. And we have the will and the means to do that. The only thing holding us back is the high quality managers to run those stores. We've actually decided that we're going to start a franchising system. So if somebody's interested in opening up an Emerald Computer Store, we've documented all of our processes. Everything's ready to go, and we could basically turnkey somebody and have them in a store set up, ready to go in about a month. We built our Sun City store from the day we signed the lease to the day we were open for business was less than 12 days.
Wow.
And
That's unbelievable. No, yeah, that's exciting. I had no idea that you had these huge stores. I thought everything was online. No, so speaking of like customers and customer base, and who's your ideal client? What does that look like?
Well, my answer would definitely be different than the people who work for me. Most of them, their ideal client is somebody who wants to buy a gaming machine, or somebody who wants to get their computer repaired, because they make great commissions on both of those. But me personally, I like helping small business owners. So my ideal client is the small business owner, somebody who's big enough to have a couple employees, to have a brick and mortar location, not necessarily the home-based people, but somebody who's small enough to not have an IT department. So my general target has always been businesses with at least 4 people, but usually less than 40. And we can take over the functions of a regular IT department for that person, and advise them on what technology to use, tell them what web editor to use, what platform to build their website on, how to do their marketing, how to do videos, how to do social media. We could tell them and give them instructions in all of that. We could set up what router to use, what operating system, how to connect everything, how to share files, how to do your backups. We could do all of that, and we advise them on, not only do we advise them, but we set them up. And we have a lot of people, everybody from mortgage people to realtors to insurance people. We have, for some reason, a huge amount of dentists. I don't know, dentists like technology and they have lots of money. So, and I think a lot of businesses, especially dentists and chiropractors, and they understand that, spending a little bit of money on your technology, any money you spend on technology, you're going to get it back 10 times over in a year or two. It's one of the best investments you can do. And I just want more small businesses to understand that. And that to me is my ideal customer on the reselling side. The ideal customer for somebody on the recycling side is some rich customer that just upgraded a whole bunch of computers. Like there's a company called Unical. They just relocated from California, 800,000 square feet with like 250 employees. It's a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and they moved all their computer stuff over here. They set up all their employees, all their offices, and at the end of the day, they ended up with like 9 pallets of extra computer stuff. So they called me. I came there, picked them all up, recycled them all for them.
Oh my.
And that is my ideal customer over there. And then those computers are all going to get a second life because of the generosity. And then even since then, we, like, just last week, we had a bank that went out of business. All of their computers were less than like 2 years old.
Wow.
And we actually paid them for those computers because they were new enough.
Oh, I see. I see. Boy, that's unbelievable. No, I was going to ask you, I know I see you on Facebook. You got a huge presence on social media. Can you elaborate about that to our audience?
Yeah, so I've always been very into Facebook and building up a following and stuff. I believe in trying to build a personal brand, not just the Emerald Computers brand, because I want people to, anything I ever do in the future, whether even if it's not computer related, and I'm all about helping people out. So my very first thing, the first thing I kind of went out is I was always really active in groups, but when cryptocurrency came around, I decided to make a group about Ethereum mining, which was a particular type of mining that I knew how to do, and I became the expert on, one of the world's best experts on how to mine that particular coin. I ended up making a ton of YouTube videos, and at one point I said, heck, I'm going to make the Facebook, the definitive Facebook group for Ethereum mining. And within a year, we had 40,000 people. Within a couple of years, we had 85,000 people in this Facebook group, and we helped people make millions. There are many people that my group helped made millions of dollars on that. And from that group, I sold over $1.2 million of cryptocurrency mining machines for people who were on that group, buying that group. Later on, I quickly realized that my local city also didn't have a good group, and I had all this experience building and managing a really good group, and I loved it. So I said, heck, I'm going to make the group for Peoria, Arizona. So I made the very first Facebook group that for Peoria, Arizona, and I was able to build it up to a couple thousand people in the first year. And then every month it adds like 3 or 4%. So we've slowly been growing. And as of today, we are at, sorry, I think did it mute? The cat's over here playing with the mouse. Anyway, so after a few years, I think it's been 6 or 7 years running the Peoria group, we're now up to 15,000 people. We have 10 other admins, and it's a big group that really, it's a group that can actually adjust elections. Like, I believe our mayor in Peoria is the mayor of Peoria because of our group. He only won by literally 200 votes, and we heavily promoted him on our group, and I think I got him at least 2 or 3,000 votes.
Oh my God.
And you know, I believe if it wasn't for our group, we wouldn't have the mayor we have here in Peoria.
Wow.
And we've helped other city council people, we've helped people running for different offices, and you know, we do try to be fair. And if somebody wants to promote, like the other person who was running for mayor, she never wanted to post, she never had her followers post, nothing happened. But the guy who did win for mayor, he had a lot of stuff going on, and you know, heavily promoted in our group, and I think that that helped out. And but again, my group is all about business people. If you want to join if you want to see all my information, I built a website that has just a list of links called jasondragon.com. It has the link to my Ethereum group, it has the link to my Peoria group, it has the link to Emerald Computers, it has the link to my Amazon page. I have actually 2 Amazon pages. I have the one that lists the products that I sell, and then I have one that lists the products that I recommend to other people. So I have a whole list of the books that inspire me, I have the list of the technology I use, so that you can just go and buy what I use. And that's kind of fun.
Yeah, no, that's really powerful. Can you let people know that are listening to this video, how can they get in touch with you? If they want your computer services, if they have a computer they want to recycle, if they want directions on how to get to your location,
So
what do you prefer? A call, a
yeah,
text, a
we like,
website?
yeah, calls, text, yeah, I mean, it's all the same to me. If you go to our website, it just gives you more information about us. There is a chat box on the bottom there which lets you text one of our staff. You can call us, you know, 623-240-2424. It's behind his head right there. But if you go to our website, it gives you a map. The easiest way I like is people could either just memorize Emerald Computers. You type that into Google, and Google will tell you where our 2 stores are. I'll tell you which one's closer to you. Or for anything I do, as I said before, jasondragon.com, building my personal brand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I highly encourage you guys, reach out to him and yeah, get in touch with him. I went into his website. It is very, very easy to maneuver and very informative. Jason, on one final note, I know you wrote a book. Can you
Yeah.
just tell us, just in a couple minutes, what's that all about?
Yeah. So the motif in my entire life was all about helping small business owners, and I want to give back to business owners. And being an entrepreneur who's built a few different businesses and helped a lot of people, I quickly realized that one of the number one things that people do that has a lot of problems is when they sign really bad commercial leases. So I decided to write a book called The Lease Guide. It's the commercial lease. It's a lease guide for entrepreneurs, and it's just a huge book with lots of this is actually the rough draft. The real one's almost about double the length, and it's just a huge book where you can go and get the knowledge that you need as an entrepreneur to get a much better commercial lease. Now, the other side of things is I also wanted to help out people, so I became a commercial realtor, and I've helped out countless businesses with their commercial leases personally, but realized that, you know, I don't really want to be there holding everybody's hand. If I could just write my knowledge in a book one time. I will tell you, I did make this book available for free. The free offer literally went live at noon today, which was just 8 minutes ago. And you just type in The Lease Guide by Jason Dragon into your favorite Amazon application, whether you use the phone or the website, and you can download the book for free right now on Kindle until Saturday. If you don't get the book for free, it will be available for $10 after Saturday. If you call me up and you're highly interested in commercial real estate and getting a space, I also I'll give you one personally. So if someone calls me up and says, hey, I'm really interested in commercial space, can you help me with a free copy of your book? You just mentioned this podcast and I'll give you a copy for free. I built a
Oh,
website called
nice.
theleaseguide.com that has more information about that.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, well, just one more time, again, the easiest way for people to reach you is that phone number, 623-240-2424?
That's our store number, and that goes to the people at our store. To reach me would be jasondragon.com.
Oh, okay. All right, well, Jason, God, it's been a pleasure. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you so much for being on here.
no problem.
All right, well, good to talk to you.